Home Sweet Home Alone is directed by Dan Mazer and stars Archie Yates, Ellie Kemper, and Rob Delaney. The film tells the story of a married couple trying to steal back a valuable heirloom from a troublesome kid accidentally left home alone by his family. How's it going? I'm Jake, and honestly, this movie kinda sucks, and we all sort of expected that, but this movie is not good. I guess we'll start off with some good parts to it. I thought that Archie Yates was really good in his role. He was one of the best parts of Jojo Rabbit, and I think that he's just a really likable kid actor. I thought Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney both did a good enough job. I thought Ellie Kemper did the best between the two. I thought Rob Delaney overacted sometimes, but in a movie like this, I'm honestly completely okay with that, especially because they sort of recognize that they're in a remake that sort of sucks. They make numerous references to it, saying things like, I don't know why the studios always want to remake the classics, they're never as good. Lines like that where you're sort of just like, okay, they know what movie they're in. Though, honestly, that sort of seems like a cop-out for a lot of remakes now. They always try to have that little joke put in there to deflect criticism, saying, oh yeah, but we know it's bad. And that's not really going to work anymore once they start putting it in every single movie. I thought this movie was really bland. It's similar to an upcoming review I'm going to have, Red Notice, and also the review after that, Clifford the Big Red Dog. These movies are just bland. There's nothing to them. This feels like a studio project drafted by a bunch of studio heads in an office sitting together, just going down a bullet point list of what families want in their movies, and it doesn't work, and it's not going to work once people start getting the hold of it and realizing what's actually happening. The movie's also not very funny at all. I think that, obviously I'm not the target audience for this, but I think that the original Home Alone is really funny, and so are a lot of those classic movies, and even some now. I think they can do funny moments, and this just was not it. Archie Yates has a couple moments maybe, but that's about it. The film also tries to be so different to Home Alone, the original, yet so similar at the same time. It seems like it's conflicting views going on in the studio, Disney, who created this, Disney Fox. They don't seem to know what they want, and it's noticeable when some of the movie feels like it's ripped straight from Home Alone and copied and pasted, and some of it feels like an entirely different movie. I don't really have a preference on what I would have wanted, I guess, but I don't want a hybrid of the two. I also think that Disney needs to just let villains be villains. I'm so sick of all these Disney villains just being so layered when also they're in a movie like this, and the villains still kind of suck. Just make them bad like the Wet Bandits were. That's what we want to see. We want to see two terrible people get beaten by a little kid. However psychopathic that sounds, that's what we all want, and I'll be honest about it. But, I guess the movie did its job. The kids I was watching it with enjoyed it. They're younger. They got a lot of enjoyment out of it. They were laughing through it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just being cynical, but I don't know. I did not think this movie was very good at all, to be honest. Alright, so overall, I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 10. I was not that big of a fan of it. It is not even close to the level of the originals, and it just is terrible that it is being made along with all these other trash remakes that keep coming out. Stay tuned for some upcoming reviews. My Belfast review is not going to happen Tuesday, I don't think. Plans changed, so I'm not going to be able to see it, I don't think. But I will have a Red Notice review coming, a Clifford the Big Red Dog review coming, as well as a Seven Prisoners review. Ghostbusters Afterlife comes out on Thursday, so I believe I'm going to see that. And Tick Tick Boom's coming, King Richard. There's a lot of big reviews coming. I'm very excited to talk about them. So be sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys.